you gotta learn how to maneuver through these things. And we have done so through countless arguments.
Yeah.
Trial and tested.
No better way than practice.
Correct, exactly.
How long did it take you to come here again?
40 minutes, Seth.
Must sit demurely.
You ask?
Okay. What are the main issues or sources of conflict in our relationship?
I think I would say after having kids.
We had to be dependent, we be prepared to face a lot of other things like, managing household bills, cooking, household chores.
Sometimes our laundry gets piled up, our house will be in a mess.
Usually the main causes will be parenting and actually sharing of housework.
Yeah, correct.
Behavioral differences.
What behavioral difference?
You're a very picky eater.
Cannot be, that's the main issue.
That's not the main issue.
Main issue.
Wait, that's not really like a big issue. It's more like small things here and there. But it blows over quite quickly, right? No? You constantly underestimate the amount of time it takes to get to a place.
Okay. Then you get very busy with stuff. And
Okay,
then when
yeah,
you're
that's
busy
true.
with stuff, you
Yeah.
tend to not consider me.
Okay, yeah, so I tend to prioritize work and having a busy schedule over us spending time together.
But it's okay, I got money.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's my rationale also, got money. So it's good.
I think the main thing that I bring up every time, and I think you would know, is that when you get angry,
The way I speak to you.
yeah, it feels like you're trying to intimidate me. Although your voice is already naturally low, I wish you would speak to me with a little bit more love, which can be a bit difficult when we're in a heated situation.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
I find that a lot of source of conflict in our relationship comes from a bit of the sensitivity that you have. When we have an argument, and then if I say the wrong thing, or if I speak to you in a certain manner,
Yeah.
then that becomes another bigger thing. It's not even about like the thing that triggered you in the first place anymore. It's just about, oh, why you talk to me like that?
How can we accommodate and accept the differences between us? Okay.
There's always like a small argument or like a confrontation. Once the emotions blow over, we talk about it like normally, and then we come to an understanding. And then
I feel different.
Really?
I feel like
Okay.
every couple, no matter who you are with, definitely got some part where y'all just don't match.
Then how? So
Then
we're just
no lah. Then you just need to accept that everyone will have this difference. Then there's no need to. Okay, you can discuss, but there's no need to like force the person to change.
The things that we have both addressed, right, they are directly linked to each other, right?
yeah.
And that's why it becomes even bigger because I'm sensitive and because you go into this serious mode and then I get hurt and then boom. I think it has gotten better over the years. I mean, the frequency of our fights also have reduced.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. But I was gonna say, like, I appreciate you see that I need a bit more time. I think it has helped me process my emotions a little bit more.
I mean, we have to adapt to each other. Everybody has different forms of how they manage conflict and everything.
Yeah.
In the past, it was like, you know what, I don't want to talk anymore. I'm going to leave. Or I'm going to end the call. Or you just like put on the phone, that kind of thing. Or I mean, I also, not to say this, you.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to make
thanks
you.
for clarifying.
Yeah.
We both had that mutual understanding right from the start. We didn't even have to discuss or argue. When we see something is not right in the house, we try to fix it. Yeah, we try to fix it at the same time.
So I think we managed to actually share the load in a fair bit, to ensure that we do things together at the same time so that we won't think that you are doing more than me or I'm doing more than you.
Because at the end of the day, both are actually human beings. So we need to help one another.
Yeah, basically have a fair share in everything, not just for household only, for parenting and everything as well.
How do I handle conflicts in our relationship and how do you feel about it? I think I have a bit of avoiding style, like in terms of solving conflict. I think sometimes you are too eager to solve the problem. Sometimes problems can't be solved when you're feeling very emotional.
So my thought process is I confront. I'm eager to
Solve the problem?
solve the issue. And then after that, I want to make sure that both of us feel
Okay.
neutral
Okay.
after the thing.
Okay.
And if let's say there's no solution, at least we don't go to sleep angry at each other.
Yeah.
because you don't resolve an issue as soon as possible, if something were to happen, you will regret.
But it's just tough to solve it immediately also.
So I'm not the kind of person who usually will immediately forgive and forget. So usually I will take maybe like
Take a
about
break
2-3
lah,
days.
yeah.
Yes.
I think most of the time I'm the one asking like what happened, did I do something so that I can actually make up for it, or is there something I can help so that we can sort this out. I don't like to prolong the argument or any conflicts for more than at least 3 days. I think there are once or twice an instance whereby we burst out in front of our kids, but of course as much as possible we try to make things in private. We
do not
argue,
make it obvious to the kids that
because
we
we
are
don't want our
arguing,
kids to be affected, and what they see at home is what they will practice or what they will do it in school to their peers.
And also we try to watch our tone as well.
Correct.
I mean, as long as we have apologized to each other,
of course.
you know, we just have to try to move on from it.
At the end of the day, we are all human beings, right? We all err, but then to err is human, but of course, to make up for it is also human.
The way you handle conflicts is a bit of an avoidant style. The moment you feel you are not getting hurt, you're like, I'm done. We try to be better for each other by understanding how you want to be treated, and then you understand how I would like to resolve things as soon as possible. Like, I wholly believe you should never go to sleep angry.
We're still working on it. The way we handle conflict has also changed a lot, but I think we're at a much better stage in our lives where, like you said, the arguments are not running for an entire week.
What can I do for you when you're upset?
I'm a very simple person. I think you should know that.
Most of the time, what I will do is I will just come to you and then I'll ask you if things are alright, you know, or what can I do to make you feel better. It could be like giving you more attention, because sometimes when I'm angry or sometimes when you are upset, I try to give you your own space.
I think it works both ways lah.
Yeah.
When I'm angry or when you're angry, all I ask for is, I think, come, let's hug and we finish it off. That's it.
So you have given me space to cool down, and I think you can continue to try to be less stern sounding. It is a bit scary in arguments, I must say.
And I think you can try to be less sensitive still. But you were much more sensitive in the past, and that I've recognized like the things that you've done.
You tell me before, right, you want to hear a certain phrase that assures you, and not me like being logical.
That one is if you got conflict lah. I mean, it can go both ways. So it can be, I'm angry because something happened between us, or I'm angry because something else happened.
Like when you're upset, you want to tell someone about it, right? So you, no, after that, after I let you say already, then I'll react the same way as you and I'll be on your side, right?
It's not like you need to assure me, oh, don't worry. No, it's not. It's more of, you just need to make it look like things will still be okay.
Assure you things will be
Just
still
that
fine.
maybe for our past few quarrels,
Yeah.
you always make it look like things are bigger than it is.
How would you prefer our disagreements to be resolved in our relationship?
I prefer it to be resolved immediately. But of course, in certain situations, there's always a time and place lah. How would you
I
prefer
think
it?
I would prefer if our disagreements didn't take so long.
Fair?
Like we both know what each other wants, but we just like keep like going, and then it just,
Because we both don't want to give in.
yeah. Let's keep it to like half an hour max. Like, try to accept that, you know, not every single thing has a solution, and that's okay.
I would say that, you know, before we go to bed, we should go to bed with a clearer mind. You know, we should not go to bed being angry at each other. I don't think so, you know, that is healthy for our relationship.
Definitely. Like I think we spoke about the cooling period of 3 days. Of course, as much as possible before we hit the bed for that night, we try to finish it off.
Scissors, paper, stone.
MMA fight. I think like some part of you, right, is like you're quite extreme when it comes to our fights and arguments. If I'm upset about, let's say, you being like behaving a certain way because of an event, you just totally cut out the event.
Yeah, then this is where we disagree.
It's just we work differently.
How do we prefer this to be resolved? I feel that it must have some form of result immediately. It's the end result what we want. If it's the same, then how we, like no matter how we get there, it matters, but it doesn't matter as much.
Yeah.
Unless the result we want is like totally different. Everything goes well for us, we're gonna get married.
Okay.
Okay? You want our own house, right?
Yeah.
But I say I want my parents to stay with us.
Okay.
How? No. Don't get married.
Wow, that one is tough eh.
Huh? Right? You see,
Yeah.
this is the type of
Yeah.
situation. But this is just an example. Okay.